Here's how to record a class lecture and turn it into notes like this. A complete summary formatted into main ideas and subsections. The Kualify app, which generated these notes, also creates flashcards based on the contents of the recording so that you can test your recall of key facts from the recording. So instead of spending your classroom time just copying down words, you can pay all your attention to the lecture itself. So let's run through the steps to create these notes. For a new user, this is the screen you'll see. This is a list of titles of notes. And there are two examples of notes here that shows you what the notes would look like. You click on the title to see the actual note itself. After you create your own note, your note will appear as an addition to the list up here. To create your own new note, first create a new heading. And by new heading, I mean something that would represent what's here. Right now, the headings in this list is Kualify 101, EDU 411. So imagine if you had two classes, a psychology class and an economics class. You might have a heading named Psych 101 and Econ 101. So let's create a new heading by clicking plus new heading up here. So for our example, I'm going to create a heading called EDU 200. Oops. Okay, and I click done to create that new heading. And now I have a new heading. And now we're ready to create a new note by tapping on the plus new note item. Here we have two choices of how to create a new note. Record now, which records directly in this app, or select audio file from the Files app, which selects a file or an audio file you have already recorded from a different app. So the most straightforward way to make a recording is to tap record now. So that's what I'm going to do. Tap record now. Okay. To simulate recording an actual classroom lecture, I'm going to play a video of a 8-minute video from a lecture about how to learn using AI. And we're going to run through recording it and then turning it into notes. So here we go. I'm going to play
Oxford
it.
University teaches its students
So now
how to use
when we're ready,
AI so they
we're going
can
to
learn more
tap to
effectively
record.
and efficiently. And today, I'm going to show you how
Now,
they do that.
the Kualify
Hello, I'm
app
Giles.
is
I make
perfectly
videos about the science
capable of
learning,
recording up
learning,
to
and
3
science.
hours
If that sounds interesting to you, then
of
subscribe. It'd be
audio.
great to have you with
So
us.
your
AI
average,
has the potential to transform and accelerate your learning. It could become a talented
now,
tutor for you.
so your average lecture is going to be an hour and 30 minutes. So this Kualify app is perfectly capable of processing your university lecture. So I'm going to fast forward to the end of this video, and we'll see how when the lecture ends, we're going to take the audio recording and then process it into notes. When the lecture ends, we're just going to tap this stop button. Okay. And we'll just, that's towards the end of the video, so I'm just going to stop it. And then click stop recording by tapping this button. And now, if you want to, you can listen to the lecture.
And today, I'm going to show you how
Now,
they do that.
but the more important, and then click to stop. Here's the length of how long a duration we recorded. But the more important button, or the next step, is to tap the upload and summarize button. Now, creating the notes and creating the flashcards happens on the cloud. So the Kualify app will upload that audio file you just recorded up to the cloud. So if you're watching your cellular data usage, you might want to wait until you have free Wi-Fi connection. But as an example, like a 1 hour lecture will be about 50 megabytes. So When you are ready to upload it, you'll just tap this button. By the way, even if you don't tap this right away and you close this app, your audio file that you just recorded is saved. So when you relaunch the app, it will still be here. But when you are ready to upload this and make this the notes, you will go ahead and tap this, and which we're going to do that. Tap that right there, and it's going to run through 3 steps to create the notes. First is to upload. As you see, it's going through that right now, and it's telling you it's uploading. Then it's going to go to transcribing, and then summarizing. Those 3 steps. First uploading, now we'll switch to transcribing, and then third will be summarizing. Depending on the length of your audio file, how much you've recorded, it will take more or less time. But the good news is that you just have to wait for your audio file to upload, and you don't have to wait for it to transcribe. Now switch to summarize. You don't have to wait for it to transcribe and summarize to take a break. You just have to leave the app on while it's uploading. So if it's taking a long time to transcribe and summarize, you can step away, close this app, and come back, and that process of transcribing and summarizing will continue on the cloud. So we saw it went through those 3 steps, and when it was done summarizing, it switched over to this note right here, using AI to enhance learning, which is the title of the AI generated title of the audio recording that we just made. And so we can go ahead and click through here by tapping to see the notes itself. And there it is, the generated notes with sections and subsections and bullet points to summarize everything that was said in there. And along with that, here are the flashcards. The first time you click on it takes a few seconds because it's generating that on the fly. But if you were to come back to it, it will appear much faster. And it will go through your whole recording and generate the flashcards based on the key points of that lecture. So what is the maximum audio recording time of the Quality app? The Kualify app, they translated the name of the Kualify app a little bit differently, but the answer is up to 3 hours there. You can skip to other cards right there, or swipe forward and back. Along with flashcards, there's also Ask AI, which is a way of chatting with AI about the entire transcript of this recording. So what would you like to know about using AI to enhance learning, which is the name of this note? This was a lecture and you wanted to know, oh, you forgot if perhaps the professor, did he mention anything about the next test? You can go ahead and type that. Let's say mention, mention test. Okay, and you submit it, and we'll go ahead and search through the entire transcript, not just the summary of which is the note you were just referring to, but the entire transcript. So it went through the whole transcript, and it says it did not find any mention of the term test. So that's a useful way of teasing out the specific information that you're looking for. Okay, a couple of precautions about making these notes before you make the note. First, of course, get your professor's permission to make the recording. And 2, when you're making a recording, if you receive an incoming phone call, the recording will automatically stop. And tapping on the record button after that will just start a completely new recording. And unfortunately, you will lose the recording that preceded that interruption. So to prevent interruptions to your recording, before starting to record, you should block all incoming calls. And the easiest way to do that is to set your device to airplane mode. And if you don't know, it's swiping from top write down and then click the airplane mode. Usually you'll see this view. That's usually the first screen you'll tap. Airplane mode, and that's going to block all calls coming through the cellular network. If you also use WhatsApp or FaceTime audio that receive phone calls from voice over IP, you will also need to disable the Wi-Fi by clicking there. Otherwise, Wi-Fi calls would also just interrupt your recording. So you can also set up a custom focus mode, but the easiest way to block incoming calls is by clicking the airplane mode and disconnecting from Wi-Fi. So be sure when you do that though to do it before you make the recording. But just going into this screen, the control center, will interrupt your recording. Let's say you were making a recording and you remember, oh, I need to put it on airplane mode. If at that point you bring this control center up, that will interrupt your recording. So do this before you start your recording. And well, that's it. So that's how you can use the Kualify app to study faster and study smarter.